in to Reggie Rockstone. He's a musician and an entrepreneur, the grandpapa himself. And then Hammer of the last two. I like to call him Nanapuku. That's how I know him. You know, he is a music producer and a businessman. So we will be hooking up with all of them to find out what fatherhood is like, being in the space in which they find themselves. Honorable, how are you?
I'm terrific.
Great. We'll start with you. I know we have to also let you go. You have other engagements. So, right. Yeah, we just need few insights to understand how, first of all, I mean, before you became a father, what would you say the difference has been? You being your own, you know, even when, I'm sure when you got married before the kids came in. It's not like, you know, yeah. What changed really? The moment you heard the cry of a baby in your home, it's no longer me and my wife, but me, my wife, and the baby. What changed for you as a father?
Well, all of a sudden I realized that the responsibilities in life just got bigger, and the, you know, opportunity to make life in general continue was on my hands, and I needed to make sure that this became my replacement to the world, sort of, because we are not here permanently. And so as part of the things you would want to leave behind, for me, I wanted life to continue when I'm no more, and I saw that could continue through, you know, this child. And it was such an amazing feeling. I remember we still have that picture framed in the house, holding her, looking into her eyes, as if, you know, I wanted her to get into me or to get into her. And it was such an amazing feeling. And I think that it was something I looked forward to. Before I got married, I already anticipated having children. Children have always been a very big part of my life. And from a teacher, I'm sure you won't be surprised, at the basic level, I always wanted to have children of my own. So I'm not the type who perhaps got married and still contemplated whether to have children
or
now
not,
or later. I knew that is what I wanted, and when the child eventually came, it was a different feeling altogether, and it's been so since. I mean, yes, sometimes the responsibilities get to you. You question yourself. You question the methods that you are using to create this replacement of yours, but it is still a beautiful experience.
It is still a beautiful experience, but like, you know, a tough one as well. Parenting is Herculean.
It is.
It's no joke.
It is.
Okay. Now let's zoom into the crux of the conversation. You being a public figure, I did say that there's posterity. People, especially so, you being a politician, you know. What more considerations do you make as a father before taking some decisions because you are in the public eye? Looking back to the fact that whatever you do today could be used against your children tomorrow if you are not around, or whatever it is that you do today could help propel them up, you know, better. What are your thought processes, you know, as a public figure when you turn to look at your children and look at the fact that their tomorrow may be largely dependent on the things that I do today?
You know, this is a very interesting question, and it just got me emotional. Because yesterday when I was leaving Parliament, I met this young lady who may have just been about 19, 20, in black at the car park. She called out to me, "Honorable." I stopped, by my car, she approached me and told me she lost her dad last year. Even had the funeral brochure to show. 47-year-old man. And said she was in the nursing school. And school was about to open in final year. And she had no one to turn to. And I took the envelope, looked at it, and saw that yes, she had the prospectus from the school and all that. And I looked at her and I saw my daughter.
Wow.
Yeah. And I thought to myself, this life is unknown. And I could only pray that my daughter doesn't have to go through that, whether I'm alive or not. And I did what I could, to support what she wanted me to support with the thinking that, and with the hope that it will become a blessing for, the children that I'm also raising, and maybe one day, God forbid, when they are in a very critical situation, God will send an angel their way to make a way for them. So these are some of the things that you will do, the decisions that you will make, and hope that they benefit from it one way or the other. Apart from that, you also have choices to make about the schools, for example, that they attend, about the dresses that they wear when you still have control, because at some point you are going to lose that control. But it is my belief that when you still have control, you introduce them to the way of dressing that is acceptable to society, so to speak, and also perhaps hope that it will become their dress of choice when they even have the opportunity to make those choices. Sometimes even where you go with them, you can go to certain places and find other parents with their children, but perhaps if you went there with your child, there will be questions all over, and so you have to be careful.
And if the children wanted to go to these places?
Yes, so sometimes that's the challenge. What I have taken, the decision I have taken is to keep my children away from the public eye.
Okay.
So you hardly will find my children on social media, and I don't go to public events with them. My wife is
Your
not
reasons?
that. I want them to make the choice to be in the public space with me or not. I don't want to impose it on them, and they are too young to make that decision now.
It's not like you're afraid of anything?
I definitely am afraid of the harsh judgment of society, because they are not going to understand that these are just, children who need their space to grow. They will be forced to perhaps even grow and do certain things that I don't think they are ready to do yet, just because they are the children of a public figure. So I want to keep them out of that public space that I have chosen to be, in, and let it be their decision to make if they also want to be, in the public space or not. So I don't put them on social media. So sometimes when they want to go to places, I can't take them. I can't get my siblings, my wife, to take them and just enjoy only the pictures and the videos, unfortunately.
So that nobody knows these are your children.
Yes, but yes, I also go to places that I know they are safe with them and the family, and just create some memorable moments with them and bond as well with them.
So you know the reasons why you probably wouldn't go to certain places with them, but allow them to go with someone else.
Right.
They don't know.
Right.
I'm sure your daughter is able to ask questions. So if they ask questions like that, what do you tell them?
Well, sometimes I just tell them I'm busy. I have work to do. Yes, and that is even another thing. I mean, you tell her you are busy, you have work to do, and maybe they get back home and you're home and says, "You said you were busy, Daddy. You said you were going to work.
God.
Why are you here?" And you have to find another excuse. And with the work that I do, it's even sometimes quite difficult at her age, 6, to explain it to her. That's the older one is 6. It's difficult to explain it to her. You tell her you are going to work. I mean, you leave in the morning. You are leaving, and why are you going? That's the question that they like to ask. Why are you going, Daddy? And I'm going to work. And then maybe she sees you on TV. And when you get home, you said you were going to work, and I saw you on TV. What were you doing there? She doesn't understand. It's part of the work. Exactly. And then you're going to the constituency weekends, which I do quite often. And the question is, why are you always going to Tamale? I said, I'm going to work. He said, but your work is not in Tamale. I said, it's part of the work in Tamale. Or you are going to see Grandma. I said, no, yes, I'll see Grandma, but it's part of the work. Yeah, that's not the ultimate reason for going there. Yeah, so they ask questions, but sometimes you just have to find a way of letting them. Sometimes the question is, I don't think is because they really want some answers. Sometimes they just want to talk. Yeah. They just want attention, and so you give it to them, and they are good.
Let me also find out from you before you take leave of us. They are growing, so now they really don't understand much, you know. You can easily explain yourself away, and then, you get away with it. Right. We talked about posterity, so you're looking at things that you may do today that may affect them tomorrow. Is there anything you regret doing, at least now, that you're probably scared they may know tomorrow and start asking you questions?
Not really. I can't think of one now. I try to be very careful. I'm not saying I haven't done things that I regret, things that I'm not proud of, but they are not that fatal for me to find it difficult to explain to them. The only thing that I worry about sometimes is how they will deal with the harsh terrain of our politics. And it came home to me quite recently, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago. There's a video of a young boy, I think about 8, that is circulating in Tamale. It's not trending nationally, but it's trending locally. And in that video, that boy is talking about me.
Okay.
Yes, and my politics, and how he loves my politics, and compared me to the president Nana Akufo-Addo and said very unprintable things about. And this is a small boy, and I don't think he's okay. I think he's not well. But somebody got him to say things, and they recorded it, and it's trending. So my mother came to visit this. I think it's about 3 weeks ago. She's still with us, but that was about 3 weeks ago, and she has this on her phone, and my daughter saw it on her phone, and was so excited about it, and came and was playing it and showing it to me, and laughing about what the boy is saying and all that. She could understand what the boy was saying. And like, they are saying what he's saying about you. Look at what he's saying. So then it dawned on me that there are going to be other videos that will not be complimentary.
It's so pleasant.
That she will see, along the line. And I was looking at how excited she was with this, and wondering how she will deal with those that may come, in the course of the job. I'm not praying for it, but it's something sometimes you can't avoid. Once you are in the public eye, people are going to say unpleasant things about you, especially in politics. They're going to, some of them will be true, some will be exaggerated, some will just be plain lies. And so you are wondering how she's going to deal with that. And so it worries me. And I'm already thinking of maybe ways of letting her understand that this is not what it is always going to be. What she has seen is not what is always going to be. She has to prepare herself for some of the tough times when they come.
2 last questions before you go. So if there was anything that you probably did, or in the course of your job, we're not hoping for anything negative, that you regret and wish you never did, but you've done it. It's on the internet. The internet never forgets. They will grow and probably see it one day. How do you intend to manage that with them?
I think I will discuss it with them. I will like to confront that issue with them. I mean, it's about watching the conversations you have with them and determining when they are ready to have what kind of conversation. And so when you, for example, in the case of this video, I'm monitoring her and I'm wondering, when I can have that opportunity within the space of that conversation to let her know that this is not what it's always going to be. Sometimes people will say harsh things. So if I did anything that I would have been very embarrassed about if they came across, on social media, it is something that I would have probably showed to them myself. Okay. Considering their age, and tell them what it is. Apologize and let them understand this is human, so that they are better prepared for, how society will hit it at them. I believe that in this world sometimes it is easier to claim who you are, know it, and use it as an ammo, a shield against yourself. Because there's, a funny story about a woman who was very quarrelsome when we were growing up in our community, but she will always start every quarrel by saying that, why are you going to say my forehead is as big as whatever? She starts with that. So what then she comes at you, so and there's nothing again that you have to say. Are you going to say that I lie, I steal? That's it. So I think that it's important that you let your children know what is it that the world will use to judge them, because you are in the public space. So they deal with it at home, and so when they go out and it is thrown at them, they are aware, they are prepared, and they can best either walk away from it or deal with it appropriately. But that means that you place a lot of checks on yourself. Exactly. I mean, that's the difficulty. I mean, that's the discipline you need to have, because some of the decisions that you make are no longer just about you or your partner. It's also about how it will impact on the little one. So would you ever be in that place where you so want to make this decision you believe in, but you know that, I mean, it would be in the interest of your job to make that decision, but you also know that it will impact them negatively. If you find yourself in that space, what happens? Well, if it will impact my family negatively, I ain't doing it. Great. No. Wow. And finally, I mean, what would you want, your children will grow up, you'll be here with them, and eventually when you're old and weak and feeble and you're gone, what would you want them to say about you? In fact, it is not more for me about what they will say, but what people will tell them about me. I will not want to give them the burden of having to say their father was a good man. I want people to tell them that your dad was a good man. And I think that is something that's a legacy that they will cherish more. I tell people all the time that my dad was not wasn't even middle class, but he was okay. But he gave me and my siblings the best fatherhood that he could offer and we could have. And forever I'm thankful for who I have become, who I am, because of, the kind of fatherhood that he gave me. And even in my politics, I mean, I go to places, I go to communities, and people can say to you that we don't know you, but we knew your father. And if you are going to be like your father, then we are going with you. And that, for me, it's something that is worth passing on to your children.
Great, Honorable Alasan Suini. I honestly wish that we could continue. We've been planning to have this conversation for 2 years. And then when we agreed we were going to have it, duty calling. But still, thank you very much for being able to make it. We'll still make time and have. Yes, would like to have a one-on-one with you and have a lot of conversations about home, family, marriage, relationship, everything. We'll broaden it and have a one-on-one with you. But thank you very much for making it. I think we agreed on, sometimes it's past 5 minutes, so you have to run now.
I'm so grateful, Adam Wright. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate your coming.
Wakes us up always, every Saturday, and I know many families have benefited a lot from this program, and you must keep it going.
Thank you. All the best. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Right.
So it's still Home Affairs. Home Affairs on Joy997 FM. While looking at fatherhood through the eyes of public figures. And I had been speaking to Honorable Alasan Suini, MP for Tamale North. Like I said, I knew what I was getting myself into when I was pulling my panel together. Busy people, busy schedules. But I insisted, you guys are busy, but you have families. So let's spend some few minutes to talk about family. Fatherhood through their eyes. I will be speaking to Reggie Rockstone in a bit, and also to Hammer of the last two. Milk just got exciting with Dano Milk. Dano Milk has 3 extra amazing powdered milk flavors to its plain milk, and they come in chocolate, strawberry, and coffee. Beyond being creamy and tasty with pleasant and natural aroma, they are healthy and nutritious, and that helps you grow stronger mentally and physically. Get your favorite flavor. Add 1 Ghana cedi for the 40-gram sachet and serve with cold, warm, or hot water. Dano Milk's strength comes from within. And just like moms know what to do in every situation, you can trust any of the Fortune Rice brands for all your rice meals for every occasion. It needs just a little water with emphasis on water. Little water. Kitwe bipe. Achivia deko. Okenubi bioko pe aho. The grains don't stick together, and the aroma and taste that delicious. If you're thinking of cooking jollof, fried rice, rice balls, and any other rice dish you can think about, or are you having any challenges with your multi-TV box, kindly contact Multi-TV for assistance on these numbers: 0244340415, 0244340424, or 0302226163. So we continue our conversations. Okay. Daniela tells me we have the grandpapa on the line. Hello, Reggie Rockstone. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
We had to wake you up this morning.
All
thanks to my partner in crime, Zilla. Yeah, good morning to you.
I see you got connections, huh?
I hope you're doing well this morning.
I'm great.
Happy Father's Day to you in advance.
Bless you.
Great. How many children do you have?
I have the oldest daughter, that's Phoebe. I have Zuzu. I have Ricky. I have Reggie Zeta.
Okay, so did I count 4?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
unless
wow.
you want to add me.
Oh, wow. You are the last firstborn.
Yes, the way he looks. Yes, it is.
Okay. How's family life?
Family life is great. I'm blessed with a beautiful family. I am. When I was growing up, I wasn't raised very family oriented as far as.
Okay.
I mean, I was very close to my father and my mother, my immediate. But I was raised pretty. I was the only child for many years. You know.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't have, and of course, my father and my mother broke up when I was very young. So I was raised by three women. Actually, I have three mothers. So I have a unique case. Nevertheless, my upbringing was very, very good. Very good. Lots of love. Lots of all three women put in amazing work. So I call all three my mothers.
Wow.
And what's amazing, all three of them are friends. Yeah.
And they weren't jealous?
No.
Of each other?
No, because, my father and my biological separated really early, in the West. And then, so there was, my father was a really cool dude anyway. And besides, I was just an adorable little boy. So I got love from everyone, But, it worked out just fine.
Beautiful. Let's come to you and your family. So when you were growing up, did you imagine having your own family and becoming a father?
Nope.
Okay.
It was never in the equation. In fact, both three mothers always clapped for me. Because my father, God bless him, he was a bit of a playboy, and my father was the women loved my father. He loved them right back. You know what I mean? But no, people that knew me when I was growing up, even myself, I never quite imagined myself settled. So there's a running joke, that my three mothers always say that, we wish your father could see you today.
Wow.
You being a daddy, a good father, homebound and with your whole family unit. And what's even more beautiful is that my father was a huge fan of my father-in-law, President Liman. And so, but he never lived to see me marry his daughter. So I know my blessings. So it's a beautiful story. Yeah.
And you have done good by it.
Yes, I have. I'm proud of myself.
So at what point in time did you make the decision to become, a family man, a husband, and a father?
It wasn't a decision. It was just a natural progression. I might be crazy, but I'm not stupid. It just made a lot of sense. It made a lot of sense. Here are two people who love each other, respect each other. Okay. Yes, we have sex. And then, of course, I accorded her the respect and did the right thing. But it was unspoken. It was something that was natural. And pressure. But no crook on them, quite rough. Jesus. Go look. Who drew a yeah, of course I remember we sitting there. I was like, "Damn, man, don't I need a visa? Don't I need a visa to come out here?" Yeah, of course I do it. Maybe I'll catch you. And say, when you count them, to me, Jowl, because me Jowl, I was at the Gulu, and then go there and say, "Mom, and then listening and Kenka."
You're stuck together like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Elastic. But it's and we have also. I have become somewhat of an inspiration for a lot of my friends. A lot of my friends look up to me. A lot of friends of mine look at my relationship and the way I deal with my relationship.
Yeah.
And yes, apply because I'm real to it. And it's not easy. Don't get me wrong. Like Zala would say, it's a big struggle. But every day, when we're almost going 19 years now, so it has to be a success story.
Congratulations.
No, of course, I could draw them out. One time.
You're growing old together.
Yeah. Well, somebody's growing older and fast.
you have to.
I'm sitting on that for that. Hey, I ring up. I drink one. Can I tell you? I know.
I'm not.
These are jokes.
Do it too hot. No, congratulations. I mean, we look forward to you, becoming grandparents together.
Yes, I am already a grandparent. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
So, when you had your first child, so the name is Phoebe.
Yes, Phoebe is my first, but okay. Phoebe is not from my wife.
Okay, all right.
I'm not teaching them.
That's all. It's life.
Yes, of course.
So when you had your first child, the children came along. How did you adjust? Was it easy to now realize that I am no longer just me out there crazy doing music and just living my life, but then now you have responsibilities?
Yeah. Well, first of all, the going crazy part is really my life. That's my work. So what crazy is to you, Juma to me, because I'm out on the road. Because remember, I was still touring. I was still doing shows back in the day. Mm-hmm. So yes, I pretty much maintained a bit of my lifestyle. But remember, my wife is very open, and my wife had already adapted to my life. So we kind of just work together. We have a common goal. We know what we have to do. We know we got to feed our kids, look after our kids, give time for our kids. Example is, I am the good cop. She's a bad cop when it comes to our children.
How so?
Zilla is a total authoritarian. What's the word there? Disciplinarian. I can never say that word, right? And she's very, very dead serious on education. She's a lean man. Come on, man. They're all very about education, very strict with the kids. So that's tough love. And I'm the daddy that I give them everything they want. So that's the balance there. So there's a lot of fun. I mean, she's not saying she's not fun, but my kids love me in a different way, love her in a different way, and love us all together. But at the Shiana Delboa, and you COVID by and Colony, we can't know me mobile. Come on, school cracker. She's on their asses, man. But that's a great mother. She doesn't play with education. I guess it comes from her upbringing. Me on the other side, my father gave me the most freedom any child. I mean, ridiculous. I did anything. Not me, but in the same vein, he was a very wise man. So he instilled a lot of wisdom into me, and it's this wisdom that has carried me into where I am. So it's a nice combination.
What adjustments did you have to make coming into fatherhood?
Nothing major, because these things are mandatory. I wouldn't complain about anything that I had to adjust to. You have to be home at a certain time. You can't be out with the boys. All of the above. So I don't know. I wouldn't say it was a natural progression. I had to do what I had to do.
And that's it. Now, for what you do,
yeah,
you are, you're a public figure. You're a musician.
Somewhat.
You are the grandpapa. You're known, you're everywhere.
Yeah.
Are your children in the public eye too?
My daughter has become an overnight star. She thinks she's a star now. Zuzu. Zuzu is. Zuzu's been in a lot of my videos. They love show business. They love what I do. My children are big fans of me, especially Zuzu. I don't know if you saw the video that went high viral. That's my daughter rapping my lyrics. Yes. So she's close to me on that sense. My son, he's a footballer. He's a great footballer. He shies away from camera. But if you watch the video, VVIP, the Book of Hip Life, that's my son. He played that part. He's the one that's walking all around town holding the Book of Hip Life. That's my son. Reggie Zeta, Kitwana, the one who was born on my birthday, she is a diva. On the camera, so to tell you the truth, all of my children, I know, right? All my kids have some showbiz in them. I can't front. They do have some showbiz in them. They love the arts. They love music. They listen to all the artists that we listen to, from the Shatawales to the Stonewalls to the Sarkodiyas, whoever. And, you know, so they regular kids. And so, yeah, but of course, like I said, the mother makes sure that there's a great balance between the two. In fact, no probably cry, not any arguments, you know, because Zuzu wants to learn some lyrics, and her mother's like, no, you got to hit the books. So here we are.
Wow. So it's seeming like they understand your space.
Very much.
And they find it interesting and somehow are connecting.
Yes.
So you don't have to do too much to get them to understand.
No, at all.
But do they understand like the harshness that comes with being in that space as well?
No, they don't. And it was only up to recently when somebody made some serious, derogatory remarks. But because they are not on social media, they don't get it. And, you know, thank God nobody really, you know, because it was around the career time, so nobody really connected with them. It wasn't like it was in school where somebody would have said, hey, you know, somebody said something so-and-so about you. But this is why I went ramble. But that has nothing to do with anything. Anybody that can make such a remark, I mean, whether I'm a star or I'm not, or whether I'm a celebrity, needs to be checked. So, no, I wouldn't put it in them brackets. My children are aware of who I am, because I know when they go out, when they go to school. Remember, all my children have dreadlocks. Okay. That's one. So, akwala or rasta. You need to understand what kind of level of confidence has been instilled into this child, because you know, in Africa, you know, of course, today dreadlocks are more accepted, but still, there are a lot of people who are very prejudiced. You know. Yeah. And so my children are very, very confident, because their mother got dreads, their father got dreads. They understand having natural hair. You know, they're Pan-African in that sense. And so that level of confidence makes them tough, ultimately. Yeah. So, but they're very nice kids. That's another thing. They're not, you know, they're not like aloof. In fact, humble to a fault, you know, because they have no reason not to be unhumble, because nobody around them is so. You know, we're very down-to-earth people, so.
Great. So I also would like to find out, before, you know, we let you go. Sorry. I mean, there are times that, you know, people in your space experience bad press.
Yeah.
And the age of your children, I know that they get to hear these things from school, their friends, and all of those. How have you ensured that it doesn't get to them?
Well, first of all, knock on wood, I haven't been in no scandal.
Yeah.
For some reason,
that's good for you.
Let me do the most in question. So not social media, you know.
But do the children, have they kind of play some check on you?
Have they played a trick on me?
No, check. Have they placed a check on you? As in, are they part of the reasons you don't do some of the things you used to do back then?
Well, they Jack was Brian. And so that's a while ago. And my oldest, you know, Phoebe is one of my best friends and one of my biggest critics. You know what I'm saying? So So, and then my son, you know, he was young, you know, in that sense. And I haven't had any scandals, you know. I haven't had anything. But we as a family, if something was to go down, best believe my kids will be good, because they really, really understand their parents. They know their father. They know I got love for them. They know that I'm a good human. All the teachings, what I teach them, you know, until I send me back, knock on wood, I'm not perfect. I would be in a position to really handle the situation.
Great.
Yeah, I'm just a sex tip to be occupied, and this is with Jimmy Yeshua.
I was going to ask. So, in the event a thing like that happens, what do you do?
That's not your daddy. That's a lookalike. That's not your daddy. That's
how old is your youngest?
Youngest, that's Reggie Zeta. Reggie Zeta 6, going 7. Yeah.
Okay, she's still pretty young.
Yes. I mean, like, what am I saying? But many be, very enlightened, and so. But scandals, it could happen to anybody. You could be a minister and catch a scandal. You still have to deal with your family. Presidents, you Bill Clinton cross here, so you got to deal with your issues. But that's what family's about, isn't it? Family don't leave you. They don't turn their backs on you, And that's it. But knock on wood, God's been good. I've been a upstairs citizen.
You're so real.
I keep it 100, baby.
You're so real.
I keep it 100.
I am so glad you spoke to us this morning.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your time.
Bless you.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All good. And a shout out to all the fathers. It's not easy.
No.
So I applaud you, but always remember, our Father who art in heaven is your Father for those who lack, and He's there for everybody. So when we say Happy Father's Day, we talk to Jah first.
That's
Amen.
Right. Thank you very much, Reggie.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bless us.
That was Reggie Rexstone, keeping it real right there. Says even if you end up in a scandal, you still have to deal with your family. But what I pick up also is that you should have lived with your family, your wife and your children, such that when there is a scandal, they are able to stand behind you. And I believe strongly that's what he has been doing. In a bit, we will be talking to Hammer of the last two as well. But Joy Prime, Joy FM, Hits FM, and my Joy Online bring you My Dad is Tough, a celebration of fathers in the COVID-19 front lines. Is your dad at the front line as a doctor, nurse, police, immigration officer, customs, fire service, or military? Send a 1-minute video recording on why your dad must be celebrated to WhatsApp number 055-969-1797 on Father's Day, and full details of you and your dad. You stand the chance to win amazing prizes for your dad on Father's Day. Come 21st June 2020. My Dad is Tough Father's Day promotion is sponsored by DBS Roofing Sheets, Roof Papa Parfie, Franco Trading Enterprise, Phone Papa Parfie, Adonko Bitters, Edemufwa, NASCO from Electroland, bringing home happiness, HEPA Plus Immune Booster, Cap Farm Ghana Limited, Ghana's #1 discount and free giveaway store, Soccer Bet, your best bet for sports betting, in Kulenu Prekese Palm Soup Base, original Ghanaian taste, fluorescent security and doors and building materials, OD Bitters, Last Farmers Food Center, Ejane Papa Parfie, Esikafor Herbal Center and Clinic, Yas Tissues from Leicester, Ghana, Day by Day Men from Dream Cosmetics, Boafo Herbal, Kovi Organic Foods, Protract GPS, Mansoa Herbal Center, 7 Steps Building Construction. Our duty is to make you happy. Diamond Beauty Soap, Asanka, delivering free education content through your web browser without internet.
We know better. Just look them in the eye and say, we're gonna do it anyway. Gonna do it anyway.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Nana Poku, how are you?
Great.
I have Hammer of the last two online. It feels awkward when I call you Hammer of the last two. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Nana, but how are you? How have you been?
I'm great. I'm taking it a day at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you're a strong man.
I am a survivor. Yeah.
How many children are you daddy to?
6.
Woo! Woo! Wow. 6, and how is the experience?
Great. Not like I would want to because I'm still single, and I don't always have all of them with me at the same time. I have 4 girls and 2 boys, and at every point in time I have just a couple of them. My schedule doesn't allow me to father all of them at the same time like I want to. But it works. It works. I try to be in their lives. I try to be constantly in their lives, and I talk to them every single day. And we have a group, right now. The tech is taking over. So.
Oh, okay. So you guys have a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they bombard me left and right.
That would be fun.
Yeah. They just tease me left and right, and we have a great relationship. Yeah.
Tell me, what hard decisions did you have to make because of your children?
Well,
especially so, seeing as like you rightly said, you're single and you have 6 children, so it means that they all know with you, not under the same umbrella and all that. So what hard decisions do you have to make?
It comes with there's a saying: if you can't stand the heat, stay the hell out of the kitchen. I think that whatever happened for the situation to become like this, I caused it, and so I deal with it. Every decision I had to make, I see it from the point of view of not being their fault, and so it didn't look like a decision for me. It looked like something I needed to do, and so I deal with it. Being in the public eye is where the problem is. The pressure comes from all sides. These kids are very, very, dynamic, and they tend to be my biggest fans, and so they take things to heart if they hear something about me that they don't like. So they are forced to become fighters of you, and they deal with the fame, and they feel like the pressure of trying to be like you, because they feel like they need to follow suit. So I try to teach them that they don't need to be like me. They also feel like the peer pressure from school. They might hear something. Not everybody likes you as a public figure. Yeah. So once in a while, they will hear some nasty stuff, and they will have to, defend you as a dad. Wow. So after having them, I became less reckless in my utterances on the public media. Yeah. So that I don't have to put them through some stuff, because not everybody likes you. They might encounter somebody like, let's say, a teacher who despises you, and the teacher will have an attitude like towards them. Wow. And they would have to be very, very strong and to try and not trip. And so being famous and dealing with kids is tricky, but we don't have all the answers. I learn every day. I try to be around. I try to speak to them as much as I can, and they tell me stuff. They tell me stuff, and I create this relationship where they are more of my friends than my children. So we have a free way of talking, but the respect still remains. Stuff like that. Yeah.
With regards to your children and your job, do you have any regrets? Are there things that you did or do that you wish you never did, because of them?
You mean prior to them, or as I've had them.
As you've had them. I'm sure proud to them. You really won't be thinking that hard.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think that getting married will be a very good thing right now. Yes, because the balance is not really there. I spoil them too much. I tend to spoil them too much, and we need that balance where the bad cop, good cop can come into play. That is what I think I am lacking right now. Apart from that, I don't think there's anything else. You know, I just think that this is the perfect time to have a partner before they get into the uni level.
Are you working on that?
I am.
You're working on that. Hey, so what? We'll be hearing wedding bells very soon. Yeah.
So, you know, I'm very private, so it will probably be family. But yeah, very soon I should be able to settle.
Oh wow!
It will help me a lot because of my work. My work allows me to stay at home, so I'm lucky because I've been working from home a lot.
Like, and, hold on. Like, you mean I have a sister-in-law in the making already?
No. Let's not go there. I don't want to.
Let's not go where
like
there is somebody.
What I mean.
Yes.
What I mean is that.
No. Are you searching? Are you now searching?
Oh, no. I have a friend. I have great friends. I mean, not friends, but I have
friends.
People in my life that I really respect, and I should. Oh God!
Let's being political.
Gloria, that's how he is.
Let's stop being political. So yes, okay. There is somebody.
I'm seeing somebody great.
Yes.
Somebody great, and I think that hopefully I should settle for their sake.
Before the end of the year, right?
I won't put no chronological. No. I won't put anything by it right now. But it will help me a lot. It will help them. Basically, I need them to. Initially, I didn't want to do this because what I thought was, you know, when you bring somebody into their lives or into your life at this late stage, the person tends to make their kids a priority, and they leave your other kids, you know, as secondary issues.
Yeah.
And so I refrain from trying to settle down. But then, you know, our parents speak to us a lot, and their wisdom shows that it is better to settle with another. Yeah, you need the help and the support.
I am happy. I am happy to hear that, and I pray and hope that, you know, however you're desiring it and however you're wishing it, God makes it come to pass for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you for talking to us this morning. I'm honestly, what I have had this morning has been pure openness and honesty, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gloria.
Great. So I have had a very good morning speaking to Honorable Alasan Siyini, speaking to Reggie Rockstone, and then Hammer of the last two. We've been looking at parenting through the eyes of, you know, public figures, and they have been really very honest with me this morning. You know, we've picked some great lessons from them, and I know that. Much as there are people in the public eye, some of us face some of these things, and we've picked some, you know, lessons from the conversation we have had this morning. But before I go, let me remind you again that just like moms know what to do in every situation, you can trust any of the Fortune rice runs for all your rice meals for every occasion. It needs just a little water. The grains don't stick together, and the aroma, delicious. If you're thinking of cooking jollof, fried rice, rice balls, and any other rice dish you can think about, choose Fortune. The green, Fortune orange, Fortune, you know, delicious. So you can go get yours now, and you won't regret it. Fortune rice, always on point, just like mom. So our time is up. It's been a good morning. I haven't been able to read your messages, but I have a lot of messages from you. Forgive me. Next week we'll make time to read all your messages. But then hopefully we should share some of the messages also on social media. But thank you all for doing the listening. My name is Adam Knight State. Thank you, Daniela, for production. To you, Fairboy, and to our technical team, Clement. We appreciate your support this morning. Have a very, 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 very good weekend. We're out of here.